All right, welcome once again to Sports Therapy with FH Jr. Now, let me go over the rules for the rule breakers on Sports Therapy with FH Jr. This is a call-in show where callers will have 2 minutes to call in and rip, rant, and kick knowledge about all things NFL. Now, on Sports Therapy with FH Jr., we don't talk sexual orientations. All are welcome to call in. We don't talk race relation, nor do we talk politics. Man, I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Democrats are doing, nor do I care what the Republicans are doing. Now, welcome back. Welcome back. This is we're still into the summer. We're easing back into football, getting our minds right with football. Now, normally we try to do something with TikTok, but you know what? I don't know, man. I'm at the point where I'm probably gonna go back to my regular platform because TikTok got too many moving parts, and I don't know what the hell going on. But the show goes on. Now we are calling show, so never will you be able to call or send me messages and we'll be going back and forth. Nah, 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 nah. We don't do all that, man. I got too many bells and whistles that I got to operate. So, no, this is a call in driven show. And the number to call if you want to be a call in guest is always 940-329-4110. That is the number to call. 940-329-4110. Now, we are back. This is the first week of training camp. First week of training camp. So let's start out with injuries because one thing about training camp, the goal is always to get through the training camp without anybody getting hurt. So I got a list. As I tell people, I don't just wing the show, man. I actually have a run sheet. I stick to it as much as possible, and I probably will kind of go away from it, but that's how I do. But let's talk about some injuries. Now, we're looking at Justin Fields. Now, of course, he's new quarterback for the Jets. He went out with a dislocated toe. Now, you know what? Sometimes people think, well, hey, that's just a dislocated toe. We'll get him right back in there. But remember, when Deion Sanders, I wouldn't say the late, but the great Deion Sanders. Now, Deion had some problems. Once he started having problems with that big toe, it was all down here from there. So that's just because it's a toe injury. It's just, we can't just say, well, he'll be back out there because, that can be a nagging thing, something that just nags with you forever and ever. Then we have J.J. McCarthy for the Vikes. Now, he replaced Captain Kirk. So he's still hampering with that knee from last year. I think they're just taking it easy with him, along with Anthony Richardson, the quarterback of the Colts. He had some shoulder surgery last year, which sidelined him pretty much for the second half of the season. So I think the Colts are probably taking it slow and being careful with him, so they'll consider him to be injured as well. But I'm really concerned about Matthew Stafford because maybe father time and wear and tear is starting to catch up with old Matthew because he's having some issues with his back because, you can't do anything without that back, man. So I'm thinking his injury may be something that just may be one of those situations that drag on all throughout the year. Then there's Joe Mixon for the Texans. He's out with ankle injuries. But then, of course, we got Justin Jefferson Vikes. He's dealing with hamstring issues. I think he had an MRI earlier this week to try to get him back and going. But for my Commanders now, we do have Terry McLaurin on the. You know what? I'm just gonna save that because I got something to say about that whole situation, brother. So, but anyway, this is Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. If you want to call to be a live guest on the show, the number is 940-329-4110. That's 940-329-4110, where callers will have 2 minutes to call in and rip, rant, and kick some knowledge about all things NFL. All things NFL. All things NFL. Sports Therapy.
Who that?
Jay in Grand Prairie. Jay. Jay,
What's going on?
have you got your head right with ball? Because this is the first week of training camp. So now, what is going on in the world of the Who Dat Nation?
Well, they say Spencer Rattler look good in
Ha-
practice, so we're gonna see when time comes for game. When the game time come around.
I got you. I got you. I got you. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I was watching. I was watching the I don't well I guess I can give him a shameless plug. I was watching the NFL show. That's as far as I'm gonna go. But they were talking about the Saints, and there was an article that I also read about the Saints yesterday. Well, actually today. That you guys picked this guy Shucks as you drafted him as a possible replacement for my man Carr because you all parked the car, but he's a rookie, and with coaches, if and you got a new coach, so but with a new coach they do give him a lot of rope as far as to get things done. But I'm just thinking you got a new coach, so the one person that's probably going to be more up to speed on just more game ready will probably be Spencer Rattler. So that's why I believe as of today he was getting a lot of practice with the first team. He get a lot of reps with the first team. So right now it is his position to lose, Jay.
Right. Yeah, we'll see come game.
Now I'll be honest. I liked I like what I saw from him, and but I gotta be in full disclosure. I have been watching him because I'm a big OU fan, big OU football fan, and I watched him as a freshman when he was a quarterback for my my Boomer Sooners, and he was at that time the number one quarterback in the nation. Now, um, there was some things that happened because he was the number one quarterback in the nation. Then the guy that was sitting behind him, which was Jalen Williams, he was also the number one quarterback in the nation of the next year. So they had very short tolerance for my man Ratliff. So he had a few issues, got a little shaky, but he was a freshman. But they replaced him with Williams, and he could never get his spot back, so he ended up leaving and going to play for the Gamecocks in South Carolina. But I'm saying this to say this: he's a first round draft pick caliber quarterback, so I'm not surprised at what the Saints are getting from him or what they're seeing in him because last year. Now you guys played my Redskin Commander football team, and I was concerned because man, even though we escaped with a victory, I think we won on a field goal, Jay. But the Saints made a quarterback switch in the second half, and they brought Spencer Rattler in there. I forgot the young man that he replaced, but man, he came in and brought the Saints back, and you guys were within. Oh man, I think one play or so of winning that game. So there's a lot there to Ratliff, man. He has something, but I remember when they played my Commander slash Redskins, all you guys' offensive weapons were hurt. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad season.
It
For us.
was.
We healthy now, so
Yeah, you
watch
are.
out.
So that's what I'm saying. Last year, I don't think he got a real fair shake because Chris Olave was out. Uh, the running back you guys had out, the Swiss Army knife that you guys had, he was out too. So it was just really, you got like a rookie quarterback, and then there's no veterans out there for him to throw to, and he's playing with other rookies. So um, I just think, now they don't have you guys picked to do too much, so I think the Saints may come out of nowhere and shock and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, we will.
So, are you ready for some football?
Hell yeah.
Well, you only have to wait until this Thursday night because that's going to be the first preseason game this year, and that's going to be the Hall of Fame game. Now, I don't know who's playing off my head. I had to check with my notes about that, but I know The first game is going to be this Thursday. So, Jay, I think we'll all be ready for some football. All right. Hey, thank you for calling.
All right.
All right, Jay. Now, that is Jay in Grand Prairie. Big old Who Dat fan. She is ready for some football. Now, I got to give it to Jay. Jay is she's loyal, man. She's been rocking with the show for, oh man, this is our 4th year. So, Jay has been consistently calling in for 4 years, man. You talking about, man, that's the kind of fan that you want, man. I'm serious, and I really appreciate her, and because she love her Saints. She love her Saints, and she's often the first person to call in. So I don't know if she's just watching, like, okay, it's you know, sports therapy time, so I gotta call in. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Now, once again, let me reset the huddle. This is Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., where caller will have 2 minutes to call in and rip, rant, and kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Yes, the number to call is always 940-329-4110. That's 940-329-4110. This is a caller-driven show where callers, you will have 2 minutes. You can rip, you can rant, you can kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Now, there probably won't be a lot of ranting and ripping because, hey, the season hadn't started yet, man. We're just getting back into the preseason. But you know what? The object of this show is to get something off your chest. And that's why I say, hey, man, when you call in, you'll have 2 minutes to rip, rant, kick some knowledge about all things NFL. But you know what? I'm gonna do something that I think for my audience out there. I'm gonna give you an example of what a rant looks like. A rant happens when you just have a meltdown. You start to get that white stuff in the corner of your mouth, and you start to look all cray, and you just go on a rant. So I don't know if I'm gonna go on a rant or not, but you know what? I'm pissed off, and I'm pissed off because today, now as you can see, I'm dressed from head to toe in my Redskin Commander football team attire. Now, I don't really get that into whether we the Redskins, whether we the Commanders, or whether we the football team, because I've been a fan for over 50 years. So you can never question my fandom. So it is what it is. But I will say this. I don't know what the hell we're doing when it comes to Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry came back to training camp today. He showed up today, Sunday. And I want to say this. Now, I wouldn't say on the sidelines, but I've been okay with management. I haven't criticized. I have been more patient. And I've always said, you know what? It's new ownership. They seem to be steering the ship in the right direction. Hell, we were one game or one victory away from going to the Super Bowl. So what more can you ask for? We got one hell of a quarterback. The upside to Jaden Daniels is just basically off the chart. That's why I'm asking coaches, ownership, not so much the coaches, because they don't have anything to do with that. I'm asking ownership, why are you all screwing around with Terry McLaurin's? Why are we messing around, man? I don't understand it. The man has been loyal. He's had God knows how many offensive coordinators, how many quarterbacks that's been kind of etchy, and he's been so. The guy he works in the community. He's a great locker room guy, great leadership. So why the hell are we just playing this game? Not wanting to extend the man. He has earned the right. Scary Terry has earned the right. He has laid it on the line. So why the hell are we messing around playing these reindeer games? We have JD is in his 2nd year, man. We don't need distractions. We don't need this. We don't need distractions. We got guys that are Bobby Wagner. He's in probably his last year. We got him. We got Hurts. Zach. He's in his last year. This is the time that we can do something. But why the hell are we playing these silly games where we won't give the man his contract? We won't give him his money. He's not asking for anything. He's not asking to set the guy's not asking to be the highest paid receiver in the league. He just said, hey, you know what? Do right by me. Do right. Just do right, man. Pay the guy. Pay the guy, man. He's earned it. So that we can start off this year with no distraction. Truth be told, we won a lot of games that we should have lost. We lost a lot of games we should have won. So we are probably a year ahead of schedule last year. But don't get me wrong. There are some teams that's going to be gunning for us. Nobody's going to sleep on the Redskin Commander football team this year. We may not win as many games as we did last year, but our record may not be as good as it was last year, but our team will probably be better. So why are we playing these silly games, man? Pay the man. Let's get everybody in damn training camp so we can do what we need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, hell, I think that was a rant. Sports there with that.
What's going on, brother?
What up?
What's happening, my brother?
Homeboy Glenn.
What's happening with you, man? I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you going off on your team. And I totally understand where you're coming from, brother.
I don't understand it, homeboy. I don't understand
it.
I
totally understand where you're coming from.
Why?
But I will say this. I will say this. If y'all don't want it, we can use it.
Tell me about it.
Because he's one of the best. He's one of the best consistent receivers in football. He's been consistent for the last, might well say, since he's been in the league.
And every other year, bro, he's had a different quarterback, damn near different offensive coordinator. Yeah, different quarterback every year, still producing. Still producing, man. And the thing about it, he don't have a true. And I'm not taking anything away from Noah Brown and Diame and all those guys, man. But we haven't had a legit number 2 wide receiver. So everybody know that Scary Terry's gonna get the ball. Everybody know that Scary Terry is the man. So it's not like when I think of Cincinnati with the 2 receivers that they got. So it's almost like, you can't really double one because you got to deal with the other one. So it's almost like, man, what are we doing? What are we doing, homeboy Glenn?
I tell you, man, it's crazy all around the league right now.
What are we doing?
Because it's the same thing. I just don't understand the star players. Like they just have to wait. If you know that guy been producing, go on pay that man. They need to pay the guy, man. They need to go. He deserves his money.
Yes.
If anybody on that team deserves his money, he deserves his money. Because that man had about over 5 different quarterbacks since he's been there, or more. And he produced every year. And so there shouldn't even be no excuse not to. Just think if he get a good quarterback there, what he going to do?
I know. I know. And a good tight end, which we finally got.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Only thing y'all need to do is show up y'all defense.
Yep. And like I said, man, we got a lot of guys probably on their last year. Wagner, Zach Ertz. So let's not mess around with these guys, man. If we're going to try to make a run, let's get everybody in camp. Let's get everybody happy. And let's, we don't need any malcontents. Let's get everybody on the same page, man, with one goal. I don't understand it, brother. So, man, that's my rant, bro. Shit.
I totally agree. You're the type of guy, you don't rant too much.
No.
If anybody's supposed to come in and Joe ranting, I'm the one that do the ranting because I don't know what the hell we got going on in Pittsburgh right now. You know, I don't know what Aaron Rodgers, he threw. I don't know. I just don't know. He's 41 years old. I just don't know. I don't know what the offensive line. I don't know what our offensive line gonna do. That's the key to the whole team. How much talent you got, if that offensive line ain't good, it don't make no difference.
That's true.
Yeah, you got to have a solid offensive line. And I think y'all still gonna be okay though with the division you all in. I still think y'all be okay.
Man,
I don't see Dallas jumping over you all.
well, in the words of Marvin Gaye, man, what's going on, bro? What's going on?
What's going on? It's still, I know it's tough, brother.
What's going on?
But
man?
hey, hey, I think with the Steelers, I think we're gonna have to wait till next year.
You know what?
So don't look like we're gonna.
Let me tell you this, man. I heard talk that with your team, somebody said that they're saying Aaron Rodgers may not be just a 1-year player for the Steelers, bro. And I think that came from Mike Tomlin. But don't quote me.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. You take him, you keep him and Big Ben around. You don't have what they used to use stacking up for. You don't have no good leader. You need a quarterback, man. A defense. Hey, they should have got Jalen Hurts, man. But they picked up that wide receiver from Notre Dame, Chase Claypool.
Yes.
They picked up Chase Claypool with that pick, and you see what happened from there.
So now,
that's
so now,
go ahead.
You guys did draft the quarterback from Ohio State. So now, the talk of the town is that Rodgers is gonna be there maybe 2 years and mentor him.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna say he's a bad quarterback because he won a national championship, but he went undefeated. And he had a good solid number.
True.
But college is a whole different level than the NFL, though.
Man, it sure is. It sure is.
Whole different level.
It is a whole different animal. Different animal.
Yeah, man. You see them guys, the rookie quarterback coming in, playing good in the league. I think that's good because it's rough on a rookie quarterback coming in the league trying to consistently. It's just like you all quarterback, Daniel. That man just stayed consistent the whole year last year.
I know.
Very seldom you have a quarterback coming in the league like that.
I know, man. Especially when we went to the playoffs. For a rookie to hold it together when we went to the playoff, because the NFL in itself is a whole different animal as compared to playing in college. But when you start to get into the playoff, man, they dial it up a notch. So for him to still keep, oh man, yeah. So you're gonna get me all upset again, bro. I don't calm down, man. I'm on my, you know what? I'm taking my blood pressure medicine, man. You about to run my blood pressure up again, bro.
No, don't do it, man. Don't do it, brother. Don't do it.
You about to run my blood pressure up again, bro. No, let's transition. Let's transition into something else, man. I want to ask you this question, man. The first game is going to be Thursday night preseason. I really don't give two flips about the preseason. I've always said, man, I don't give, if up to me, you would play maybe one game of preseason and then you just let the guys scrimmage each other and then just show that, what I'm saying, different teams scrimmaging each other, whatever they are. But preseason game is going to be this Thursday night, and it's going to be, I think that should be the NFL Hall of Fame game. So now the question I want to ask you, homeboy Glenn, And I kept looking and doing research because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe my lying eyes. But homeboy, how many inductees do we have this year going into the Hall of Fame?
I want to say, I don't think it's no more about 3 or 4, is it?
4. What the hell going on, man? With all these guys that we talk about can get into the NFL, get into the Hall of Fame. All these guys that because you and I talk about it. We like, well, so and so, Jacoby ought to be getting in. My man for the Cowboys ought to be getting in. Uncle Woody, as I call him, Dan Wilson. You got some guys that but you gonna tell me
Darren Wilson not in the Hall of Fame?
no, but you gonna tell me that you got all these guys that could get in, but we only gonna put 4 people into the Hall this year? Seriously, 4?
It should be more than that. Who all? I haven't really been keeping up with the who all is eligible. I'm talking about
who are going in?
Yeah.
Now the guys who going in is gonna be Antonio Gates, Eric Allen, Sterling Sharp, and Jared Allen. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be in. I'm saying why the heck we just got 4 people going into the NFL Hall of Fame with all these people that we have discussions about. I'm trying to think of the receiver for the Buffalo Bills at the time. I think
I think he in there.
Nah, no, he not. No.
Yeah, he in there, boy.
No, sir. No.
Talking about the wide receiver?
Yes.
Oh, man, I can't think of the name.
I know, but he's not. Not in there. So we got a lot of people, man, that should be in there that are not in there. I'm saying if we're going to be having this conversation saying, well, okay, it's closed. So why the hell we just got 4 people? We got just 4 people going into the Hall of Fame this year. 4. I can.
I'm saying, man, that is crazy.
We got 4 little rinky-dinky people. And you know what? I'm not hating on them. I don't, because it's their time is special. They deserve it. But I'm saying, bro, we just got 4 people going into the Hall. 4.
Man, you'd think it'd be more than that.
We just got 4 people.
Man, I don't understand it, man. That's all 4 people, just 4 people this year.
Yes. Man, I could not believe what I was reading. I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm thinking, well, maybe, I'm thinking, okay, it's got to be somebody that they're letting in some of the older guys. That may be a criteria that they're letting some of the older guys get in. We got 4 people. Antonio Gates,
Man,
Eric Allen,
so
Sterling
he should have
Sharp,
been in there.
Sterling Sharp, and Jared Allen.
Antonio Gates should have been in there.
Yes. Yep. Man, we just look at all. You can just rattle off some wide receivers. You can tell me, huh?
Mark.
Now Mark is in.
He's in. What about the Clayton brother? The Clayton boy.
Well, you had some of those guys could have got in. Man, you talk about that was a lot of. And I know that, and I know what they're saying. Well, okay, we don't want to water down we don't want to water down the Hall of Fame, but let's don't go so far to the other side that we just have, and you're gonna tell me nobody worthy but these 4 guys with all these guys who have the resume to get in. That's just, my point was the reason a lot of those guys wasn't getting in because a lot of them were so close, because a lot of times they're trying to compare the stats of the day's wide receivers against the stats of guys like Lynn Swan and those guys like that. And so, well, so-and-so don't have the numbers that such and such had. Well, it was a different game back then. Back then the NFL was a running game. Huh?
Totally different game.
Yes, it was a running game.
Hey, you think about this, man. Hey, I'm sorry about that, y'all.
No.
What you think about this? Look how long the Chicago Bears been in the NFL. They haven't had a 4,000-yard passer in the NFL since they've been in the NFL.
I know. That's just not them.
It's mind-boggling, though, man.
Yes. Now I'll tell you another team. Your team. Before Big Ben came, the Steelers won the team that just throw that bad boy around. They were a power running team. You look at all the big running backs that you guys that have came to Pittsburgh. Big Franco, Foster. Man, come on, man. I mean, come on. That was still a football. You know, the bus.
Yeah.
But now when Big Ben came, okay, we're gonna sling it around. But that was the league. The league went to that, you know. And so you got some receivers who, when you start trying to compare just their stats against some of those guys from the past, they don't add up. And say, well, so and so had no, it was a different game. Different game.
Totally different game.
Because if I know,
totally different.
Because if I know I'm only gonna get 3 balls thrown to me per game, I'm gonna catch every one of them because them the only 3 I'm getting. Where you got some of these,
all you're going to get.
Yes. Well, you got some of these guys, man, they're targets 8, 9, 10, 12 times a game, you know, moving them around and whatever. Like, oh, man, come on. But you going to tell me, homeboy Glenn, that we can only get 4 people in the National Football League 2025 Hall of Fame.
It's crazy. It's mind-boggling.
Man,
it's really mind-boggling, man. That's crazy. You think it'd be more? Usually they have about 6 or 7.
Man, usually you have when it's all shake out, they usually have close to 10 guys, man. You have maybe 6 or 7 guys who you know, based on, you know, this era. Then you may have 1 or 2 guys from the old era that gets in. But, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy, though, man. That just shows you how the league changing, man. Some of them guys hadn't been retired long enough to be eligible for the Hall. You know, I think I really don't know who was up for the Hall to see what they deserve or not.
Well, all I know, brother, that I know that there's more than 4 guys out there that.
Right, I thought sure Darren Wilson was in there, man.
No, Uncle Woody is not in there. And you know, I am not a Cowboy fan. If anybody looking at me right now, I am decked out head to toe with Redskin stuff. But I will call it like it is, man, because Uncle Woody deserved to be in the Hall. That man deserves to be in the Hall. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I am a fan of good football. You know, that brother. Yeah,
he deserves. Anybody deserves to be in there. He deserves it.
Yes,
he definitely deserves it.
But like I say, man, I could probably rattle off probably, man, a good 7, 8, 9, 10 guys that you could have a discussion on and get more guys into the NFL Hall of Fame, and you're gonna tell me we can only just find 4. So now let's transition over to something, brother, because I want to ask you this question here. Now, Shedeur Sanders. Now, you know, he's because we're not gonna get into all that draft stuff. You know, that it is what it is. He got picked where he got picked or whatever. Now here's the problem I have. The young man is doing well. He was. Now, the coach had a very interesting conversation, and it had to do with the fact that Shedeur just got a second ticket for speeding. And he's saying, well, you know, I got to do better. I got to stop going fast. But here's my problem, bro. What are you doing?
Well, Frank, I'll tell you like this here, homie. And you know this here. Young people these days is built different than we were when we come up. We didn't have the opportunities, and it's not an excuse. It's not a pity party or anything like. Man, they got more opportunities now we ever dreamed of coming up, and they come up. Most of them come up with money, and no matter where you come from, if you're not used to this money or anything, you feel like when you get money like that, you feel like you get power.
Mm-hmm.
And you get regardless, hey, a speeding ticket to him, he ain't worried about that,
Man,
you know.
bro,
But in the long run, it will. And right now, he don't understand. But in the long run, it will affect his driving record.
well, my whole thing about that is this: as a coach, just like if we compare football to basketball, there's two positions that if I'm the head coach, I need to feel comfortable where I can trust you. I need to be able to trust you. If
Quarterback and third guard.
you doggone right. If I'm a head
Quarterback
football,
and that third guard.
yes. If I'm a head football coach, when I go to bed at night, bro, when I tuck my pillow and I hit that little switch and my bedroom go dark, I need to know that my quarterback is in bed too. I need to know that he ain't somewhere doing something crazy because he affects whether we win or lose because it's a trust issue. Now, my running
That's what
back,
it's all about.
we can scheme. If something happens with my running back, I'm sure we got a second, third string, fourth string guy we can hand the ball to, or we can change the whole offense. We can go from being a run heavy team to a pass heavy team. We can make that change. In basketball, okay, if my center, we can do something different. If, you know what I'm saying? If my shooting guard, we can run a different offense. But when it comes to my quarterback and my point guard, and we talking football here, bro, I got to be able to trust you, and that's the issue with Shador right now. It's almost like, okay, dude, you are doing some good things in training camp because I'm hearing about some good things, but you turn around and mess all of that up by constantly getting freaking speeding tickets.
That's what I'm saying, man. These young guys, you can't tell them nothing these days, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man.
Man.
And we can see what he went through to get drafted.
Yes.
And he don't have many opportunities,
And you
because they already looking at him a certain type of way.
and he's doing some. I'm like, dude, I don't know. But hey, homeboy, I got another caller getting in here, man. Let me get my other call in. Hey, I appreciate you calling, brother.
Oh, well, I love you, brother. Take care,
All
fam.
right, man. All right.
Mhm.
Sports therapy with F.A. Jr.
Hey, we go. Hey, what's up, FA? Hey, man, this Brandon Cooper, the Ravens extraordinaire. Can you hear me?
I got you coming in, Big Cool. What's up, brother?
Hey, man, look. Number one, y'all better get Terry signed. And number two, the Ravens, we back, Nick. We back, baby.
But two things, man. I had to go on an early rant on my own show about about my team and that whole. As I was talking to my homeboy Glenn, who I just hung up on, I said, dude, just to talk about that run my blood pressure up, bro. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell are we doing, man? Why are we even, But I don't even understand it, man. I don't understand it. I don't
understand it either, because regardless who the quarterback has been, since his rookie year, he's had 1,000 yards every season.
Yes.
And y'all acting like y'all don't know what. The thing about the NFL is you can't negate that you know how much it's gonna cost to keep that man. And what are y'all doing, bro? Like, my thing is, what you don't want to happen to Jaden Daniels is that second year regression like that happened with CJ Stroud.
Yes, exactly. Because teams are going to scheme totally different against Jaden Daniels.
Bro, and the thing is, Deebo Samuel is a great player, but if you don't have McLaurin out on the outside, I'm putting 7-8 in the box every time.
Every time, bro. And on top of that, we didn't have a legit number two receiver. Now Deebo may be that Swiss Army knife that we needed, but at the end of the day, we still need Scary Terry to be able to open things up for everybody. And then on top of that, we got Noah Brown is injured. Diame left. It's like, So why are we feeling so comfortable? Because here's the truth. The truth of the matter is, as I said in my rant, we won a lot of games that we should have lost. We lost some games that we should have won.
Hey, bro, that Chicago Bear game was by the grace of God.
Hey, man, the one against the Saints, where they went for two and lost.
But here's the thing. Last year, I watched y'all play. It was a lot of games that connection between Daniels and Zach Ertz.
Yes.
That's what won y'all the game.
Exactly. And that's my point is, you got these guys, Zach Ertz, and it's probably his last year. You got Bobby Wagner this last year. Why are we messing around?
Yeah.
Why are we messing around? Let's get everybody in camp.
And I don't think y'all should have just let Jonathan Allen go. I don't like that. I don't like that, man. It's going to affect y'all.
I agree. You won't get no argument out of me on that one, man. But like I said, we're probably a year or two ahead of schedule last year, and I don't want us to think that, hey, man, we are a Super Bowl contending team. No, we're not. We are a.
You're not. You're. It's gonna be you and the Eagles pretty much next year in the NFC Championship. It's either gonna be you, the Eagles, and if Christian McCaffrey's healthy, the Niners might be in there. But that's where y'all at right now, and you better get as far as you can before Jaden Daniels asks for $80 million a year.
And that's my point. So, man, let me ask you this question here, bro. You know, we got the Hall of Fame. This game is going to be this Thursday night. I was talking to my other caller. I said, bro, why the hell we only got four inductees, man?
Hold on. Repeat that real quick. Hold on. You fading in now.
Why do we have only 4 inductees into the NFL Hall of Fame this year, bro?
Because I believe when Deion Sanders made that push and said this is the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Good, now you starting to get back on those. You starting to tighten the grip on all that. Like you, it's going to get to the point where you got to make sure that the people that are being inducted into the Hall of Fame are the right people. And I would say that the 4 that's coming in this year, they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Don't let me get that twisted.
No. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm cool with that. But I think the minimum of people should have got into the Hall should have probably been 6. Because you got some old schoolers who the game was totally different. It wasn't as wide open as it is now. And, for example, you can't tell me Darren Woodson don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You know?
No, I agree.
And you know I'm not. And you know I'm not a Cowboy fan.
I agree, but the thing is, what is the committee saying Hall of Fame wise? Also, I tell people this because it's very controversial. Antonio Brown is a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he won't get in.
Right.
You're
right.
Because look what they did. Look what they did to T.O.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he's top 5.
And see,
so the thing about the Hall of Fame is tough, man.
And that's my argument is, even you got so many fringe guys like him who should be in, but because of maybe, you know, out of the game type behavior that may keep him from getting in. But when you had that conversation about them, there's some regular guys that I'm not saying you bag up the Hall of Fame truck and just put 15, 20 guys in. I'm saying, man, you can tell me we can't couldn't have found at least 6 guys total that you could apply that rubric to, and then they would have made that. Because I know they are. You know.
I agree, man. And the Hall of Fame, I at this point, I don't understand. But the biggest thing that's going to change the Hall of Fame is whether or not Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers get in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
When when those two are when that conversation goes at the table, what's the landmark?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can make an argument that Phillip Rivers was a better quarterback than Eli Manning, and if Phillip Rivers would have went to the Giants, he would have won more Super Bowls than Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
I can make an argument, but it's tough. But that's where we at right now with the Hall of Fame. Is it the Hall of Fame or is it the Hall of Good?
Now, is it stats? No, we can't go stats because the game was different back in the 80s and 90s. It was a more of a run-heavy game, and now it's a pretty much an open game. So if we can't compare stats, now can we? Is it about Super Bowl championships? If that's the case, Eli gets in. But if we apply what Eli's accomplishments, probably wouldn't, because hell, I could have quarterbacked that team, and you know, so. It's almost like
but then, like, and I can't negate the fact that he had both Super Bowl wins and both Super Bowl MVPs against Tom Brady. We got to put that in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's tough out here, man.
I'm just trying to figure out why we only have 4 guys going into the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying we should have 10, 12, No, I'm saying at the minimum, it probably should have been 6 guys, man. I'm like, seriously, man.
I agree.
Come on, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But hey, bro, here's what and I'm going to tell you this, man. And I love you like a brother, bro. But I got to be honest with you, bro. I think that window is closing. And your Ravens got one crack in that window.
Bro, this is it, man. This is it. Bro, here's my thing. Bro. We got the most talented roster in the league. This is it. But it's going to be some BS this year. Watch it. Because I already got tickets because, in the preseason, they come down here to play the Cowboys. So I got tickets to them. But our first game is Sunday night, regular season versus the Bills. Then we got the Lions. Then we got the Browns. 4th game of the season, we got the Chiefs.
Brandon.
So, hey, man, look. Hey, Lamar Jackson hungry. You know how it goes.
Brandon, you my boy. I love you like a brother. But I'm going to be honest
with you. Don't do this to me. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You all.
Don't do this to me.
You all. It ain't going to make a difference what y'all regular season is. Nobody grading the Ravens on who the hell they played in the regular season, bro. You all, it's going to be Super Bowl or bust because this year that passed, was the Ravens' opportunity to win the Super Bowl, bro. Y'all, that was y'all year.
But here's the thing. Between us, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes, it's always a one play. It's one play.
But look, it's just like when Jordan was playing. You had a lot of teams that were good. Nobody gonna give you a Super Bowl. You gotta kick the damn door in and go in there and take it. And I'm saying, now if you look at it, bro, y'all have been good for 4, almost 5 years. Now you added some pieces. You tinkered with this thing, but you all have been in that Super Bowl winner for over close to 5 years, Doc. And you ain't gonna you don't stay up there. And you got some teams that are starting to come up, man.
But I'll say this, with Lamar Jackson, I would say with a quarterback as athletic as us, you got into the age of 30 to get that going.
It's not about it's not about his age. It's not about him. It's about the fact, as a team, when you start to get that peak, when you're in that peak, you get 4, maybe 5 years to get it done. Now, there gonna be other teams competing, just like Josh Allen and the Bills. That winner's coming down with them too, because the road for you guys goes through Kansas City. Now, the Eagles put a big dent in that man. Y'all gotta get it, bro.
Man, and here's the thing. I hate the way they made that last game the deciding factor for the MVP. I hate that with us and Josh Allen. They made that game the deciding factor.
I agree.
But we coming for him though.
Dude.
Hey, look, we coming for him. Hey, look, you know, Lamar Jackson keep him up at night with them defensive programs and them defensive scouting.
Look, I'm not gonna take anything away from the Ravens. Hell, y'all, but I'm saying you only get 4 to 5 years to win a Super Bowl.
All right, man, don't do this,
dude,
bro. Like, bro, you just saying you jinxing us, bro. You jinxing us.
Dude, I'm reality. Look, for example, the 49ers, they were in that window. And now they didn't get it done. That whole team, they rebuilding. Now, whether they want to say it or not, they rebuilding. Okay? The Cowboys, they were in that window. They had all that talent. They had all those moving parts. They rebuilding. They don't want to admit it, but that they are. Okay? Now, and to be honest, we're starting to see the end of the Chiefs run. Now, Mahomes gonna always be good, but I'm telling you, that run with the Chiefs, I'm pretty sure it came to an end because they did not look like the same team when the Eagles ran through them. No,
I do admit that this was the worst team that they did have going into a Super Bowl.
Yes. And so, like I said, bro, when you have a running back like you guys got, and you know the chef, like, I'll be honest, he's on borrowed time as far as what running backs do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My boy might wake up tomorrow and Father Time might say, hey, it is what it is. So that's why, Doc, y'all, I was cheering hard as hell for the Ravens, bro. I was like, man, I don't see anybody beating y'all. But it just so happened is that it's a combination of, to me, this is my point of view, that the coaches overcoach the game when y'all get into a big game. All of a sudden, y'all stop playing Raven football, the stuff they got you there.
And I do say that. We talked about that last year.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh's play calling when we do get in the clutch is questionable.
I'm like,
I do give that to you.
I'm like, dude, y'all had a whole year of get a ball to Lamar in the first half, you know, let him do his thing, defense, and then the second half, we're going to just bludgeon you all with King Henry. All of a sudden, we get into the playoffs, we want to scheme, we want to, like, what the hell we doing?
And that's what I'm saying. Since Lamar Jackson has been in the league, we've been the number one rushing team in the league. Why do we go from our strengths?
But see, all that has to do with that 4 or 5 year window, bro, to get it done, man. And like, bro, because nobody cares what the Ravens do in the regular season. You do because you're a fan. But everybody else is going to be like, look, y'all are expected to do certain things. You know?
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, the Ravens are expected to be in the playoffs. They're expected to be in the playoffs.
No doubt.
So it's almost like, okay, but the one factor that we always have to figure into this, bro, is always injuries, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look.
It's freaking injuries, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's one factor. Just like right now, we could, with the Commanders, bro, we could just all of a sudden, we could drop lineman after lineman. Jaden could end up getting hurt, and the whole season goes down, bro. It's like, you know.
Thanks.
So
exactly.
But dude, all I know, man, is that window is slowly closing fast, bro. And this has got to be the year that the Ravens win the Super Bowl.
It does, man. Because remember, I used to complain about Brandon Stevens, and now we let him go, and we got Jair Alexander, man. So we'll see.
Yep. But I don't want you to think I'm hating. But I just want to, but because I tried to apply the same formula to all teams once they peak. And just like with us,
So,
we're starting to get in that window. So that means from here, we got 3 to 4 years to get it done. So that means we have to surround Jaden with all the pieces that we need to do to get, so that we can have that Super Bowl run. But if not, after 5 years, all kind of stuff started to set in. Because you guys did bring back y'all tight end, right?
yeah, man. So we brought back Derek. We brought back Likely,
Okay.
Isaiah Likely, and we still got Andrews. But we drafted a new kicker because we let your boy Tuck go.
Yeah, Tuck was into all kind of stuff, man. Tuck was
Hey, man, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. You know what I mean?
Chuck was into stuff he had no business being into. But dude, all I know, bro, football is back. Football is back, and the key is, man, is to get through training camp without any major injuries, without any
Big fact.
That's now if I'm y'all, bro, I put Lamar Jackson in bubble wrap, bro. He's
Hey, get him in the bubble wrap. Get him in that Monsters Inc. hazmat suit.
Yes, dude. He can watch the game from home. Nah, bro, you good. We don't need you doing nothing. You go home. Stay at home because it's just what it is because. You got teams each year. Somebody lose a major player, bro, and it affects everything they're doing. Look at the Titans. They just lost Burks, man, and
Yeah.
it's like whoa, gone. Well, my brother, it is time to bring this thing to an end, man. Appreciate you calling in. And
Hey, yes, sir.
it is time to get back to watching football, bro. Hey, appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, no problem. It's the Ravens extraordinaire, Brandon Cooper, Lamar Jackson, finna get his third MVP, first Super Bowl MVP. I'm calling it right now, baby.
All right, man.
All right, boy. Yes, sir.
All right, it's time to wrap it and cap it for Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. Now, this is what I call dry dock, where we just kind of easing back into football. So I want to thank Jay at Grand Prairie. I'd like to thank my homeboy Glenn, and also Brandon, big-time Raven football fan. And I'd like to thank you guys. We will see you next week on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. Goodbye, everybody.